Hello, it's great to be together once again. I hope everything is well with you. The attack on former President Donald Trump on July 13 highlighted that the upcoming elections in the United States this November will not only be closely contested but also very tense. According to polls released earlier this month, the candidates are in a virtual tie with 40% of the vote intentions each, indicating that nothing is certain, especially after recent events. In March 2004, Trump joined the list of the world's 400 richest people following the launch of his company in the social media and technology sector, which reportedly boosted his fortune by approximately $5 billion. However, shortly afterward, he was criminally convicted for allegedly buying the silence of an adult film actress with whom he supposedly had a relationship during his first presidential campaign in 2016. Events like these are just a glimpse of his journey from a rebellious teenager sent to military boarding school for discipline, through financial success, participation in reality shows, numerous controversial bankruptcies, and eventually, his rise to the presidency of the United States. Now, discover the true story of Donald Trump. Born in the New York district of Queens on June 14, 1946, Trump was the fourth of 5 children of Fred Trump, a real estate developer of German descent, and Mary MacLeod, a Scottish immigrant who became a prominent New York socialite. His family always led a comfortable life thanks to the success of Fred Trump's construction company, which built over 27,000 apartments for the middle and lower classes using government housing incentives and investments. As a child, Donald lived in a 23-room mansion built by Fred's company and attended prestigious private schools like Kew Forest, where he studied until the age of 12. However, Trump always had a strong, difficult personality. His father was not very present, spending much time managing the family business, but he enforced strict discipline on his children, demanding respect and good manners. Despite this, Donald often found ways to break the rules, especially at school. He was described as a provocative young man and once assaulted a teacher for disagreeing with their opinions and teachings. Trump's parents also received numerous complaints about his use of foul language, which was strictly forbidden at home. On one occasion, his father found a pocket knife among his belongings, which was the final straw leading Fred to send Donald to a military boarding school to instill discipline. Upon arriving at the New York Military Academy, known for its strict discipline and physical training, Trump initially faced various punishments. Despite being labeled problematic, he was highly competitive, and following the rules soon became an obsession. This earned him numerous praises and awards, and he gained the nickname Mr. Meticulous. The academy invested in physical training, possibly to teach students to channel their energy or prepare them for a potential military career. Trump excelled as an athlete, particularly in baseball and football. He graduated from the military school in 1964 and returned to his parents' home. At that time, he was undecided between pursuing a career in the family business or studying film, as he was already intrigued by the idea of being in the spotlight. However, a rejection from the University of Southern California pushed him towards a career in business, leading him to enroll at Fordham University in New York. 2 years later, he transferred to the prestigious Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, where he graduated with a degree in business administration. This institution is renowned for producing billionaire alumni, including Elon Musk, owner of Tesla and SpaceX, and Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google. Much like at the military academy, Donald Trump was perceived by his peers as a determined individual with strong, often harsh opinions, sometimes bordering on arrogance. He maintained his competitive spirit and rarely engaged in extracurricular activities, including the popular fraternity parties, making it difficult for him to form relationships and make friends. While still in college, Trump began dabbling in real estate, making investments under the supervision and assistance of his father. Some biographers note that Trump received an allowance of about $1 million per year and could always access family loans if needed. Using this money, Donald would buy apartments off-plan, particularly those being built by his father's company, and sell them once they were completed, earning a substantial profit. As he gained experience and demonstrated his talent, Fred Trump allowed his son to take on a more prominent role and become the face of the company. At that time, Fred's image was tarnished due to accusations of misusing public funds and allegedly suggesting that his properties should not be sold or rented to black people and immigrants. In 1973, Donald Trump officially became the president of the family business, overseeing the construction of 14,000 apartments. One of his first decisions was to rename the company from E. Trump and Sons to the Trump Organization. The original name was given by his paternal grandmother, Elizabeth Christ Trump, who took over the business after becoming a widow at 37. As the head of the company, Trump made a risky but ultimately successful decision to shift from building affordable housing, which had boomed after World War II, to the highly competitive Manhattan real estate market, focusing on luxury and corporate properties. His first major deal was the renovation of the famous Commodore Hotel into the Grand Hyatt. Using his connections and acquired experience, he negotiated a 40-year tax abatement in exchange for a share of the profits, which quickly attracted investors. He secured over $70 million in financing and established himself among the top real estate moguls in the U.S. 10 years after becoming president of the company, Donald completed Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. This 58-story commercial and residential tower became the headquarters of his company and his luxurious apartment. The project earned him at least $300 million but also brought challenges, including a 16-year lawsuit for employing illegal immigrant labor at low wages. The following year, in 1984, Trump expanded into the entertainment industry by acquiring a hotel casino in Atlantic City. Around the same time, he purchased a property in Florida, transforming it into an exclusive club with golf courses, which became one of his trademarks. However, after riding a wave of success, Trump faced troubles due to risky investments and exploiting legal loopholes to maximize profits. It began with the ambitious Taj Mahal casino project in Atlantic City, which required at least $1 billion, making it the most expensive casino in the world at the time. The high cost and dubious financing led the project to file for bankruptcy in 1991, just a year after its opening. Trump managed to negotiate the debts with creditors by sharing the losses but had to relinquish 50% of his interests in the airline company he had acquired, as well as the Trump Princess, his famous yacht. The businessman had to file for bankruptcy 6 times to save his company. In an interview with Newsweek in 2011, Donald Trump admitted that he took advantage of bankruptcy laws because they were very beneficial for him. The Taj Mahal, which he reacquired in 1996, filed for bankruptcy again in 2004, this time with a debt of approximately $1.1 billion. Trump used this mechanism to push losses onto banks and investors while saving a fortune in taxes. Additionally, Trump and his family were accused of undervaluing his father's estate and creating mechanisms to transfer inheritance early, thus saving on taxes. When his father passed away in 1999, his assets were valued between $250 and $300 million, a figure considered low by experts. Later, Trump was also criticized for breaking the tradition of presidential candidates publicly releasing their tax returns, raising suspicions that his declared wealth might not be accurate. Due to these controversies, Trump's name and his company's reputation suffered with banks and credit institutions. However, he still held significant renown in the luxury market, allowing him to license his brand to hundreds of projects, which gained notoriety by associating with him. This reputation was evident in his role in the reality show, The Apprentice, where Trump served as co-producer and host. The show centered around a successful figure evaluating executives competing for a prize, with Trump using the catchphrase, "You're fired," which became linked to his brand. Trump's political career, like much of his life, was tumultuous. In 1999, he formed an exploratory committee to consider running for president in the election that ultimately elected George W. Bush. He was later approached by political parties in 2004 and 2012 but chose not to run. His political involvement increased during Barack Obama's presidency, as Trump became a vocal critic, particularly of Obama's policies on immigration, taxes, Middle Eastern wars, and healthcare reform. Trump also controversially claimed that Obama was not born in the United States, a claim disproven by official documents. In June 2015, Trump officially announced his candidacy for the U.S. presidency, using conservative and nationalist themes with the slogan, "Make America Great Again." Initially, his campaign was not taken seriously by the media or his party, but he gained traction with his economic proposals and reputation as a successful businessman. Despite a campaign filled with controversies and his status as an underdog, Trump defeated Hillary Clinton and became president on January 20, 2017, with former Indiana Governor Mike Pence as his vice president. Trump's presidency involved numerous contentious decisions, including unstable relations with autocratic countries like Russia, North Korea, China, and Venezuela. However, his economic policies were generally well received. He faced difficulties in his re-election bid in 2020, largely due to his criticized handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. In March this year, Trump reappeared on the list of the world's 400 richest people, with his fortune estimated to be $5 billion higher than the 2022 estimate of $2 billion. This increase was attributed to the launch of his social media and technology company, Trump Media and Technology Group. However, controversies continued to surround him. In May, Trump was convicted of accounting fraud related to a $130 million payment to silence an adult film actress with whom he allegedly had an affair during the 2016 election campaign, as the leak could have affected the election results. The sentencing was delayed by 2 months due to a legal appeal. Trump also faces 3 other legal cases, one for the January 2021 Capitol invasion, another for conspiracy to overturn his 2020 election loss, and a third for mishandling confidential White House documents. Now, in 2024, Donald Trump is running again against Joe Biden, aiming to reclaim the position of the world's most powerful man, with his political influence and additional billions backing him. Thank you for your always special company. See you in the next video.